Alright, what is going on, guys? My name is Leo Mash. Welcome back to another Overwatch League news video. And today, guys, we're not going to talk about too much. There hasn't been a lot of stuff happening recently, but we're going to talk about some leaks, some potential leaks as well with Halo of Thoughts. He's got a lot of information with us today, and also some great news from Rascal at the end of the video. He is actually not retiring. Thank goodness. We're going to talk about what teams he could potentially go to as well. So like I said already, this isn't going to be a long video. It's going to be probably really short maybe, but who knows how it's going to go. But let's go and jump right into it with a banger of a leak from Halo of Thoughts. He says, sources, the LA Gladiators are expected to sign Moth. This is absolutely crazy. I think at this point we knew Moth was going to go to a different team after the LFT and how he's a free agent and how SF Shock kind of wants to go on a somewhat budget this next season. Very expected to see Moth go to a different team, but very surprising to see him go to LA Gladiators. It does not feel right to see Moth going to a different team this season and in a different jersey in general. Boom, there's my Photoshop of Moth in the Gladiators jersey. Not my best, but that's a Photoshop of him in a Gladiators jersey, and it doesn't it feel weird just looking at him in a jersey like that? I don't know, but I'm excited to see. And another thing I want to talk about is how Moth and Shu, they could potentially be a really good duo next season. And the reason I say that even more because Moth and Shu actually used to play with each other back on Toronto Esports, if I remember correctly. They were actually a duo for a decent amount of time until Moth obviously got picked up to the SF Shock. So there's a lot of potential with this, and they kind of did what I said what they were probably going to do in my previous videos with Gladiators, how they were going to pick up a support duo. They somewhat did it again this season, but with Moth and Shu. You know, Moth and Shu used to be a support duo back in Toronto Esports, and 2 years later at 3, they do it again, but it's been a hot minute. They're on the LA Gladiators now. This could potentially be one of the best support duos we'll see next season. For sure, on paper, gonna be insanely good. We'll need to see what else happens with this Gladiators team because I feel like it all depends on who their main thing's gonna be and maybe some more coaching changes, but we'll see what happens there. Right now, on paper, you have a great roster with Space, Moth, and Shu right now. Looking crazy. Also, potentially Birdring and Kevster on the roster as well. Hopefully they pick up a great main tank. Who will it be? I have no clue. Now on to another one, not really a fully leak just yet, but Halo of Thoughts tweets out, my current understandings is that Houston Outlaws are leading the race for Talon Esports off-tank, Piggy. Now at first when I saw this tweet, I had no clue who Piggy is. I thought it was a joke at first, but I looked up and yeah, he is an actual player named Piggy playing for Talon Esports. And as you can tell already, I have no clue about him. But I looked at public opinion. I'm looking at my Discord and Reddit in general, looking at other people who used to watch Piggy a lot. I'm looking at public opinion, and I'm in the mix. I'm seeing people say he was the best off-tank for a while in contenders, but not recently. I'm seeing that he's only really good at Zarya, not other off-tanks. Definitely not Sigma is what I've seen as well. So when I look at this, looking at public opinions, seeing really mixed opinions here, saying he was really good in the past, but not so much anymore is what I'm kind of understanding, is I'm worried if they are going to get Piggy. If they get, let's say, Mano, they bring Piggy in, and I'm going to be honest, Outlaws fans, I don't think this is the signing you want. But who knows? This guy can completely prove us wrong, with Dante on the roster, with Harsha and Junkbunk coaching on it, and also he's going to be in Overwatch League, a whole different level of play. Maybe he'll be insane on the Diva, maybe he'll be insane on the Sigma, but as my current understanding, he's really good at Zarya right now. So who knows how Piggy's going to turn out. Meko, I already know just from looking at opinions, Meko's way better than Piggy is what it looks like. Meko is insane on Diva, Sigma, and a tiny bit on Zarya. Piggy's like the complete opposite is what it feels like. So Piggy, I'm really worried to see how this turns out, but keep in mind this isn't a leak just yet, and the reason I say that is because Halo also put this out, and I feel like it will clear up some stuff in the future, and also with the MCD stuff. A crash course in Halo terminology. According to sources equals deal is done. My understanding equals multiple sources, but no confirmation. So, obviously, the Piggy one said my current understanding. So, this isn't a full leak yet, and also he's doing this for the future. This kind of goes back with the MCD thing as well. That's why I said that MCD wasn't a leak as well when I said that in the video. So, this is obvious, but as it looks right now, Piggy most likely will be on Houston. But if he doesn't, honestly, that may be for the best. Who knows though? I could be completely wrong. I think Piggy may have some potential that we haven't seen yet. I don't know that much about him, but like I said already, public opinion in the mix. I don't know, but hey, he could prove us completely wrong, and I would love to see that. Now on to Rascal. As I already said, yes, Rascal is LFT. There is the tweet on your screen right there. As soon as I saw this tweet, it made me so happy to see he's still going to play competitively. He's not going to retire. Hopefully he doesn't change his mind, but if he does retire, it's his decision. It's what he wants to do. But he is LFT, looking for a team, and I obviously wrote down teams, obviously did the Photoshops, and I think there's a lot of teams Rascal can go to. Obviously, it goes to endless possibilities when it comes to Rascal, but I wrote down 4 teams that really came to my mind when it came to Rascal. To start off with, the first one I wrote down is Philadelphia Fusion. Obviously, they have no EQO most likely, and Ivy have not said anything about them re-signing them just yet. So when it comes to flex DPS, if you want to win that championship, you may just need to upgrade the Rascal if they have the money. Obviously, there's a lot of teams going on budget this year. They're a few more steps away to be in championship, and I feel like if they got Rascal, pairing him with Carpe or Hisu, they would be getting farther and farther, I feel like, and even performing better in the Overwatch League, as much as that sounds crazy. But I think Rascal can be a huge upgrade for this team. It can change everything around. Now in the Guangzhou Charge, another upgrade over Eileen, and just in general for the DPS. I feel like if Rascal went there, they would get so many more wins, I feel like, just with Rascal. But I could be wrong. I think Guangzhou Charge will be a good team for Rascal. I think out of all the teams I wrote down, this is the least likely one, but anything can happen. On my next one, NYXL, that Libero's been benched majority of this season. You have Haxall, unfortunately, is retired, and they're doing a lot of releases. This team may go into budget after what we've heard of Yakpung potentially joining the NYXL. So Rascal may not happen if they are going to budget, but I still want to give it a shout. Rascal to NYXL would be a huge upgrade. Most likely would be better than Libero in general when it comes to flex DPS in general if they want to play hit scan or projectile. All around would be great for Rascal, and how Libero has to flex a hit scan sometimes. Rascal could do that. I think Rascal would be great on NYXL. Depends on what happens if they want to go budget though. Now to the last team I wrote down, and I want this to happen. I want him to go to this team. They would be making insane plays. Sounds insane on paper. Washington Justice. Sounds absolutely crazy on paper and sounds nasty just hearing it. Decay, Rascal, Mag, and potentially Jano still if he gets re-signed. This sounds like a top team, super team you don't want to mess with. Sounds like a championship worthy already, but we haven't heard the supports yet. That's where it kind of goes downhill if it goes downhill if they send the wrong supports. But Rascal with Decay could be the best thing we could ever see. Rascal is miles better than Tuba, hands down, better on projectile. Rascal's more flexible when it comes to hit scans as well. You would get more consistent performances with Rascal on all heroes that is needed for every meta, except for Tuba, just playing really Genji, and that's it. Rascal could easily come in, play well with Decay, play well with Mag, potentially Jano if he gets re-signed. I want this to happen. I think it will happen, but it all depends on what's going to go on. This needs to happen instantly though. But that is it with all the news I have for you guys today. What is your guys' thoughts on the Moth and Shu back together on the LA Gladiators? I'm excited to see that. What is your guys' opinions on Piggy if you have watched them? Do you think he'll be a great fit? Do you think he'll be a bad fit? What's your thoughts on this? And also, what team do you want to see Rascal go to? That's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to stay more in tune with Overwatch League news and Overwatch League stuff in general, don't forget to subscribe down below. Also, don't forget to join my Discord down below as well. And don't forget to follow my Twitter and my Twitch. And don't forget to hit that bell. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys on the next one.